dedicated, enthusiastic group of young people. They're talented. They don't complain. They work hard, and they love to sing Christmas music. They love to sing all the music we sing, but Christmas music has a special place in everyone's heart, I think. And they come to it with gusto, and I think the result is a CD that people are going to be able to listen to. I'd like to say a little bit about why I chose the pieces that we did on this Christmas CD. I've been kind of disturbed by the trend, which has been going on for decades now, towards turning Christmas music into jazzy holiday jingles that you hear in the supermarket behind you. So you have lots of superficial Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays, Bing Crosby sorts of songs. And there's nothing wrong with that in its own place, but it kind of cheapens and desacralizes the whole celebration of Advent and Christmas. So when we made this CD, and also the first CD that we made, I chose deliberately more reverent, more meditative, more scriptural, more prayerful kinds of pieces, which doesn't exclude also some that are quite upbeat and fun too. But pieces that are more unusual and that are really going to provoke people to think about the deep mysteries of this season in a religious way. And that, I think, is our distinctive contribution. There's a ton of holiday music out there, but there isn't much really good sacred Christmas music out there. And so we wanted to make a contribution to that. As far as the plan of the CD, I mean, we start with the mystery of the Incarnation, and some of my favorite pieces here are some medieval pieces that talk about St. Gabriel's visit to the Virgin Mary, the Annunciation. St. Bernard of Clairvaux said the whole world was waiting in expectation for the Virgin Mary to say yes, because that was our liberation and our salvation. And in these pieces, it really evokes well that whole dialogue between Gabriel and the Virgin Mary. And so those pieces are precious at the beginning of the CD. But we have quite a variety of pieces. We did an early American Christmas piece by William Billings, America's first great composer, lived in the late 18th century in Boston, as Shepherds and Jewry. We did an Italian, slightly operatic style piece by Luigi Cherubini. That's the end of the CD. Everyone has to listen to that one because it's so beautiful. And we did also the first North American Christmas carol, the Huron Carol, written by St. Jean de Brebeuf. We included that on the CD. So there's quite a wide variety.
I think one of my favorite pieces is Sicut Cervus by Palestrina. It's one of the most beautiful that we often sing for a communion because it talks about how we long for God as a deer longs for the fountains of water, and just shows the longing, and it's very beautifully composed.
St. John de Brebeuf was one of the North American martyrs. He was working with the Hurons. He was gifted in the Huron language, and he took a French traditional melody that he knew from back home, and he wrote Huron words to it, all about the birth of the baby Jesus, and taught it to the Huron tribes so they could sing it at Christmas time. But the wonderful thing about the words, they were translated very successfully in the early 20th century into English, and we sing it in English, we don't sing it in Huron. The whole poem is an example of enculturation because St. John de Brebeuf speaks to the Indians in their own terms. For example, he says that the tribal chiefs come and bring fox and beaver pelts to the child Jesus. You know, it's all put in terms of what the Indians can relate to.
Shall Be My Dancing Day is probably my favorite of the Christmas songs. And one part that is particularly touching is really just the refrain, I think, because it's Jesus talking to the church as if it's his love, and it's just, it really makes you feel that love of Christ in a way that you don't feel it before, because he's saying, "Come dance with me, my love." And it really makes you realize the relationship of Christ to the church as his bride.
Obviously, any study of music is going to train your imagination and train your body, and also, discipline your will. So, I mean, that basic preparation is going to be with me my whole life.
You know, in town, the Knights of Columbus put up a billboard every year. It says, "Keep Christ in Christmas." And to me, that is the most important thing that we can all do in this season of shopping and buying and being preoccupied with the holidays. We need to step back and really ponder and pray about what is happening in this season and what should be happening in our hearts. So I think this CD is really a wonderful way to enter into the true spirit of Christmas, the religious spirit of Christmas. But I certainly couldn't have done this CD without every single student who sang in it. I'm extremely grateful to them, and I'm also grateful to the college for supporting and sponsoring the choir, which for me has been such a joy as in my time here at the college.
'Twas in the moon of winter time when all our hearts have birth, that God Almighty made to send angel choirs instead. He followed like the stars through dim and wandering hunters heard of him. Jesus, your King is born. Jesus is born.